Prepare for action! Prepare for adventure! Prepare for no kill like Ogre Kill on the quest for the Quantum Rose! Alright, and welcome back to Quest for the Quantum Rose. When last we left our heroes, they had just successfully completed a daring blockade run against a war horde line of ships and fighters in a couple of loaned mecha suits and their own hero's journey. Also, along for the ride was a passenger and some very important cargo. A small little red gnome warlock in a gigantic red hat, and a suitcase that was as big as she was. And curiously enough, once you had successfully made it through the blockade and into the Maw station and docked safely, the little red warlock decided to hop down, open up the case, and implored you to take the contents far and away and hide it and never let any government ever get a hold of it because of its potential for abuse by power. And lo and behold, there was a corgi in a red bandana looking up at you, and barked a hello, it shot lasers out of its mouth and kind of scored the plating on the wall a little bit. And then it whimpered and sparks came out of it. And so here we find ourselves with this little red warlock looking very pleased with herself and saying, okay, thanks, bye, and skipping on down the ramp out the door and into the docking bay beyond. Now, I believe we had originally said that Valerie and Willow, I believe, were piloting Loner Mech.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So let me actually get you to transitioned in setting.
And I specifically left a few extra bricks of plastic that were loaned to me by Correos in there, just for flavorfully, just to bother them a little bit, to make them concerned.
Okay, that's okay.
Because that's how I've been casting, Contra Nebula.
Oh, okay. Right, okay, so you two are able to, we're going to shift focus here. Where's my marker? Yeah, okay. We are going to shift focus momentarily. I know that's the wrong page. There now. No, that's the wrong page for you two. That's the right page for everyone else. This is the right page for you two. There. Okay. So you basically fly the mecha in and take a knee and disembark from your mecha, and they are immediately handed off to the engineers here at the docking bay. You can see across from your shuttle, or across from your parking space, effectively, there is a very strange, very sleek-looking, almost like a Corvette or a fighter craft, or some kind of a personal craft that was made to go fast. The command cockpit looks like a giant bubble, basically. It's a humongous glass dome. It appears to be maybe filled with some kind of a fluid in the cockpit. You suspect perhaps this might belong to a Nautilid. Or perhaps an amoeboid who really likes getting in touch with your technology. As you two disembark, you are encountered, you are stopped along the way on your way out by basically the engineer on deck, who basically takes your signature, has you sign for the safe return of the mecha, and kind of gives you a gruff thumbs, jerked over the shoulders, like, your friend's ship's over that way, indicating y'all should go, to the west relative to the map top, right? So, exit stage left.
We exit stage left, pursued by Bear.
Willow leaves and she looks back over her shoulder, a little hesitant to let the mech go after having been on what she feels like is the ride of her life.
Mm-hmm.
Put my arm around her shoulder and we'll get you one of those someday, I promise.
We have to.
I want one too.
This is so cool.
Oh, yo, what if they combined?
Wait, how would that even work?
There may have to be some sort of neural handshake involved.
I
You know,
mean, like, what would have to go into that? Like, would they still be people looking before they combined, or would they be what would it look like animals or something? Or what?
honestly, optimally, I would prefer mine to look like some sort of lion, maybe green in color. But beggars can't be choosers.
Not gonna lie, I'm partial to the humanoid frame. It felt really, really solid. That hit with that sword.
You would know enough about the frames that you piloted to know that if they were to like form blazing sword, as it were, they would have basically be like humanoid shapes into bigger humanoid shape kind of assignments.
Gosh, I just want to pilot the green lion from Voltron, okay?
Well, the golden dragon mecha was basically there is an optional upgrade that you can apply to like a shape fighter craft called transforming, and it does allow for the loss of some mobility at the benefit of I think like distance speed, like your speed. So when Captain Long was leading the assault charge, he decided to do it in that interceptor mode. So his red dragon themed mecha sword had been transformed into the red dragon. I think like the red dragon thunder sword, basically, right? But also if it were a Gundam somehow, right?
No, I'm following. Don't worry.
Okay, so that's kind of the level of technology that they're dealing with here. These happen to be more like the ninja swords or whatever, the ones that were always human all the time.
Yeah.
More like these had been more like that.
Although I do gotta say, Willow, like the neural synapse link that it sometimes requires, like I know it wasn't a major component, but it's still a small component. It just really gives me the pins after the words, you know? Just
I was actually quite comfortable. Actually, she's sort of rubbing that spot at the back of her neck.
All right. So as you exit the freight dock and head into like the passenger loading area here, where you can see the front of the hero's journey is attached here. Everybody else, you should be able to see your positions here towards the front of the ship. So what is everyone doing? The Red Warlock has apparently gone and buggered off.
The ship prepared for the next jump.
I mean,
well, you're on cool. You're like an enforced wait until they can like let you leave. They have to like check you out, and make sure that your cargo has been delivered safely. So you're waiting on final approval to depart from the Lakshay representative here on the mall.
I'm gonna pull a flask out from my jacket pocket and just take a swig and offer it to Willow, like, damn good flight.
Takes it, just pounds one back and just hands it back. Oh yeah.
All right. So
Cobalt sake, by the way.
basically, what's going to happen here is the flight control deck says that you'll be clear to launch as soon as they get receipt of deliverables from the Lakshay control, which you assume is the Red Warlock's going to handle that somehow. But an hour goes by, so you can take the short rest, and everybody can meet and encounter the Corgi for the first time, as Willow and Valerie come aboard and find this laser yipping little furball sitting on the couch.
Willow's just. Guess we're all just gonna head back.
It's so adorable!
Willow walks in, and the moment she sees the corgi, she freezes, looks down, looks back to everybody else, slowly brings up her data pad and checks it, and just goes, "Okay, it's not my birthday."
Oh, this is food.
What?
I'm joking. I'm sorry.
I'm hugging it to my chest, like, it is not food!
No, I was trying to make a joke. Wasn't it funny?
A little bit.
I mean, yeah, for a given value of funny, I could see how he would think that would be pretty good.
Yeah. Willow goes over to the corgi and just holds out a hand to just let him just sniff it and just do the dog thing where a new dog meets new people.
Okay. As he starts to sniff you, you notice that like on the exhale, like tiny little sparks of light kind of like arc out of his nostrils and like pepper your hand. They don't hurt exactly, but they are a little warming.
Ooh, what are you, little guy?
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception, Willow.
Do you have proficiency?
I do, so it's a 14.
So your proficient eye would probably have noticed at some point then the scorch mark on the wall from when he yipped and it burned the wall.
Looks and goes.
With a 15 passive perception, I feel like I would know.
I think so too, yeah.
I'm like, okay, 1 second, y'all, and
Would
I go, I turn off my eye so I'm not recording.
Would I be able to put 2 and 2 together to figure out that it came from the doggo?
I mean,
It wasn't there before Doggo. We leave, there's Doggo.
you can make an Arcana check to see if you can kind of make the cognitive leap about what might have happened there.
All right, the 21. Nice.
Yeah, you figure
At
out
20.
pretty readily that somehow this dog must be barking lasers.
Willow just like her eyes she looks back, looks to the dog, looks to the scorchmark, looks to the dog, looks to her hand where the little tingles were going on. She goes, "This is the best day of my life. We have a laser dog."
Yeah, this is the weapon that they wanted us to
Like,
take over.
I hold it like under its armpits and just like gonna use primeval awareness. I think it's called. Primeval awareness to do the basic communication thing. And like, was that you?
And like he'll get up and he'll like whimper and lick your face, and like you'll get a little tiny warming sparkle, but you'll definitely get that like happy affirmative, like yeah, that was me.
Oh, I don't know. I need to reread primeval awareness to see if I can like get a name from it, or if I can just communicate simple ideas.
I was like, "Where did we?" We'll ask the question, burning in probably hers and Val's mind. Where did we get this little guy?
Yeah, I turned off my eyes so that like I don't know if foul play was involved, and I don't want it noted if it is like officially.
So-
It's the revised rate.
Like I don't know who would be doing the recapping on this, but if everyone forgot, at the end of the last episode, the warlock basically opened the case as soon as they touched down,
It's not.
held out the dog, and it's like this is what they wanted us to deliver to the government. You can't let anybody have this. And they said it was a sleeper weapon that was basically meant to be the most endearing thing ever, and then would like tear shit up. So it's actually got a magical item that makes it even more charismatic, and in fact it can spellcast as a sorcerer. It's just got levels in nanite sorcerer. So if ever anybody tries to give this little fellow a bath, they're in for a rude surprise.
Like we know that about
Okay,
them, that they're a
just
nanite
My
sorcerer.
basic emotions.
So I don't know who. Like I think Boom Squid was there for that.
Yeah,
And I know Kala was too, but I think Kala
Kala-
has like a very vested disinterest in the dog.
yeah.
Didn't
kind of a
Kala,
cat-
Dog has nanite.
A cat-like disdain, even.
didn't
Okay.
Kala like have to pass a charisma check or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Callum had
Like,
got charmed.
yeah. Basically, he cast friend.
Hmm.
And it failed.
Yeah,
So
which is not surprising considering.
I'm just gonna like my eye is off. I'm just like, guys, I'm not recording. How did we obtain the dog?
The warlock gave it to us. The dog was the package that we were transporting.
So this little guy is supposed to be a weapon.
Yes.
Why would they do that to a dog like this?
Yeah, it's very responsible.
And Will is just like, furthermore, why would they do this to a dog? This.
I mean, that's sort of
specifically
what
a
I meant, love. But
Like,
yeah.
but no, seriously, a dog. Probably, especially a corgi, one of the friendliest things in the world, and they expect it to be a weapon?
And they give
Because
this
you can
little guy
trust-
fleas.
You can
Oh, I
trust a
have to
weapon
give
that
him
is
a
your
flea bath
friend.
at once.
I don't think that they're going to come off any.
I know they're techno fleas.
They're kind of
Actually-
infused.
Actually, do I need a roll to know anything? Like, can I make a knowledge check on these fleas and how to like at least make it so the dog's not suffering from fleas?
Oh, okay. So once it becomes apparent what they are, like a little bit of research, like if you want to make an Arcana check or make a data check to look it up on an arcane terminal. But the DC is not terrible high, so I'm sure you could find this.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely not a nature check. They're
No.
no, they're mechanical fleas.
Yeah. So technology, I think, if you're looking up like the nature of what these nanites are, or
Yeah,
Arcana
I
because
just
of
gotta-
spellcasting involved.
They both. I'm proficient in both equally, which means I have neither proficiency, so I'm just rolling at a flat intelligence bonus.
Okay.
It's kind of what I
Me-
did with Arcana. I got a net 20.
Let
Okay.
me move everything over here on the desk that we have crowded right now. Why have I done this to myself? 1d20 plus 2.
Well,
I got a. Okay, I accidentally had a boost wisdom, but I got a 21 to know about this.
Okay, so what you have discovered about the properties of these nanites is essentially they are kind of a symbiotic life form. They live They basically are the mechanical equivalent of what they tried to say the midichlorians were in Star Wars, right? They are an energetic, symbiotic life form. They live with the host. They enhance its natural abilities. They have a kind of a colony consciousness of their own that doesn't overwrite the dogs, but just kind of rides alongside in the background and allows it to do spell casting. That being said, the dog also has an enhanced intelligence, meaning it in itself is conscious and sentient. And if it were able to speak without shooting lasers, it would be able to speak common. It understands common quite well, but it chooses not to talk because it laughs everything all the time. It can't really turn that part of itself off.
Okay, I'm gonna assume somebody's told me about it blast every time it opens its mouth.
Well, after a couple of experiments with talking, it becomes quite apparent that he can't help himself.
Okay, I'm going to like.
But it's also apparent that he can cast spells of an energy level higher than anybody else on the ship, high enough to power your engine.
Does the dog have a name?
The dog believes, you come to understand through, whatever animal telepathy you can muster, that names are things that other people give you, and it's content with whatever name you all want to give it.
Willow, what do you want to name our dog?
Should we go old Terra and see whether boy or girl, or should we just go new Terra and just go with something sort of in middle of the road?
Half of it is made of techno magic, so I don't really think gender really matters.
This is true. This is very true. Well, I mean, we shouldn't be the only ones to have a say in this. Let's ask the others, see what they might think. We're a crew after all.
So yeah, you have a point. Y'all want to cast a vote on what to name this dog?
I spoke to the dog with magic.
No. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry, the cat just tipped over my beverage all over my keyboard.
Oh gosh.
Okay. So I spoke to the dog via magic, the only trustworthy magic science that exists. And they told me they are dog, so...
That sounds right.
I'll carry on. I'll be right back.
Look, if nobody else is going to put forth a name, I'm just going to call this little guy Raiju.
I think we literally can, each of us, give it a different name and it will respond.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
That's not how you
That's not how you treat a sentient... That's not how you treat a friend.
Also not
What?
how you train dogs.
Not how you train a dog and not how you treat a friend. This is both our dog and our friend.
Are you telling me that humans don't have different names for different people, like nicknames?
Not this many different ones.
I
mean, the only reason I have so many different names I go by is because people, it's just broken down parts of my actual name. Dr. Valerie Boucher, PhD. No, Dr. Valerie Boucher, Butcher, PhD. Every name you call me is a bit of that. So, wait, if we do that, we just give this dog an incredibly long name.
Just give this dog a name that is every single word put into one giant word. And then we're all always referring to the dog by part of its name.
So, Valerie is going to take the entire common dictionary and run it through, the ship's computers to say the entire thing in less than a second and see what sound comes out.
Out of character, I just had a cool idea.
What's up?
We could call him the dog either Maimon or Leonard. First one,
My thought
Maimon.
was... Okay, you go, sorry.
Maimon after the person who developed the first laser, Theodore Maimon, and Leonard after one of the people who theorized lasers, which is Arthur Leonard Shalwo.
I originally wanted to call the dog Raiju after the Japanese kami of the Thunder Dog, which is a dog that basically represents the fundamental force of lightning, aka plasma. So, I felt like that was fitting.
That's first two.
But I like yours as well.
We'd also call him Ruben after Experiment 625 from Lilo and Stitch. Remember the one that was always eating sandwiches?
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm... Christ.
Okay, so how's it going in here?
We're still debating on dog names.
Fantastic.
So I ran the entire common dictionary through the computer to try to figure out what sort of sound it would make if every single word in common was said in sequence in less than a second.
My goodness. How did that go for you?
Sounded like a Slim Shady rap.
Oh. Okay.
We summoned the great bard Slim Shady.
Ooh. I was going to say, that sounds way more epic than probably Would have been
Probably
otherwise.
what would happen, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other reason I was thinking Ruben, besides the 625 reference, would be because it's a corgi. It looks like a little loaf dog.
Gods.
Okay. So I guess take it to a vote, y'all.
So what are the options? I mean, I would be pragmatic and call it either Pew or Zap.
I'm abstaining.
I mean, I like Willow's options, but I'm still like very like I like Raichu.
I think
Yeah.
Zap works good.
Yeah, just name Zap.
Zap. Okay, we can do
it's
Zap.
a good-
Okay. Raiju, is that?
Zap.
Zap.
Zap. Like,
Zap. Okay,
trust me,
Zap.
I want Raichu, but the consensus is Zap, so we're going with Zap.
All right.
Zap.
And I'm happy with Zap. I really am.
All right. I will change the token to Zap.
Well,
Me
while,
taking
this
care of
is-
the dog's actual medical records makes its legal name Raichu.
while they're doing that, Willow wants to talk to
Oh,
Cal.
my local.
Let's talk to Cal. It's like,
Oh, you're right.
how's the
right.
flight, Cal?
We're currently docked.
Well, I mean, how was it on the way here? The little mods they put on top, did they mess with the cruise or anything like that? Mess with the handling?
Substantial.
Yeah, good. I know sometimes fits like that kind of make it a little bit jumpy. At least on the ships I've had to have like retrofitted on a moment's notice.
Again, can we get some like Lakshay fighters eventually? Because like Will and I had a lot of fun.
Like, holy shit, Kali, you gotta try one of those things.
Yo, Correos, have you ever run a Lakshay in the simulators?
No.
All right.
Oh,
Gotta remember, not my special.
Like,
True,
seriously, Kali, you gotta.
I
There's nothing
Barely know
more.
how to use a joystick.
Like, Kali, I have driven my swords
you-
into. I've driven my swords into somebody's heart.
Yes.
Kala, and there's
Okay.
nothing more satisfying
Oh,
than
fix them, I
bisecting a
don't know how to
spaceship
find them.
in two.
I thought you used joysticks inside
All right.
your.
So while you are all carrying on with
It's just
the,
synced up with my
the naming of the dog ceremony, Callie, you get a ping on the comms from station control asking when when you anticipate your passenger arriving at the check-in point for the Lakshay control.
So there's a problem. The warlock's already left.
Okay, thank you. And they click off. About half an hour passes later, and suddenly there is a bit of an alarm klaxon, and I realize I haven't had Sirenscape going the entire time, so that's...
Are we really gonna name this dog Zap Brannigan?
We're just naming the dog Zap.
Yeah, Zap, I think we can handle.
Yeah.
Zap Brannigan's for when he gets really in trouble and like lasers on the carpet.
I just wanted to make a Futurama reference, y'all. Thank you. I'll see myself out. I've done everything I wanted to do. Goodbye. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Does it pee and poop normal dog stuff?
We don't know yet.
We will have to find out.
You haven't seen.
Also, can I just do like a full medical, like a quick medical eval on the dog? Just like, is this
Can
dog
make a
okay?
medicine. You can make a medicine check to check out the overall health of the dog, and
Okay.
I'll let you have proficiency, even if you don't otherwise have medicine proficiency because of your veterinary background.
Oh, babe,
Have
did you think I didn't have medicine proficiency?
I didn't know you had like humanoid medicine proficiency. I'm sure you had like horse medicine proficiency.
A dog medicine, babe.
It's the same thing.
Humans are just fucked up horses.
Okay, sure. We'll
That's
go
the
with
most controversial take I'll ever say.
We are technically animals.
that. We are.
Yes, but honestly, have you seen Horse Anatomy versus Humans? Honestly, horses are so cursed.
I think it's illegal to own that sort of thing.
Only partially.
Okay.
Okay,
There's
so,
There's that good background music.
So the first one was 12. And the other one was a 10. It's just, okay. I'm used to working on big wild animals. This is a corgi, so I only
Well,
got a
it's a-
12.
Okay, but still, like a 12 is like better than average. So, like, as near as you
Okay.
can tell, there's nothing seriously wrong with this dog. He seems to be pretty much in the pink of health.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
I mean, aside from his little infestation, but it doesn't seem to be causing him any distress. Just every once in a while, you see like a little gray-black metallic shimmering of under something who's under his fur, and he might scratch once in a while.
Okay.
But by and large, the nanites tend to stay to themselves.
I'm gonna
Um,
end up getting fleas from this thing and having a multi-class sorcerer at least a level, aren't I?
Not unless you let the dog sleep with you, I guess. Like,
Which I'm fully
Sleep on
planning on
your cot.
doing.
God damn it, let it have the bench or the couch.
The couch is where
The
I
couch
sleep
is
already.
No.
Okay.
Next time we stop at a Moss station, we're going shopping and we're getting him the full dog loadout, minus the house. We're going to get him a little bed. We're going to get him some chew toys.
Oh,
We're gonna
boy.
get him some. We're gonna try and figure out what he can eat with his laser borkiness. We need to see if he can eat regular plasma or if he can just regular dog food will be fine. We're going to give
Do we
this
have to
dog
plug him into
luxury.
to a port somewhere?
You did not find a plug anywhere on this animal or anything that suggested a plug on this workup. It's
Oh, but there's a port.
Yeah.
it's physically speaking, it's a pretty standard corgi. Like,
Just gonna offer the corgi a power cell.
it'll sniff at it, but like when it touches its sniffer, when it touches the tip of its snoot to the power cell, it discharges a little bit of static and like it yips. But when it yips, it also like accidentally lasers a little bit the energy cell. So roll me a d10.
Fuck.
Oh no!
7.
Nothing happens, but your hand is a little hot now. You managed to escape the actual damage of the laser, and thankfully the laser damage was not sufficient to crack the casing on the cell.
Willow will gently take the cell from Kairos and just go, let's save some experiments with potentially explosive devices for not on this ship.
I'm gonna pull out just like a piece of like
That's not fun.
just a piece of jerky,
We need
like
to fly this
some,
thing back home.
like
Yeah.
some just jerky meat I have.
It's not gonna be a big enough explosion to puncture the hole.
We don't know that.
I know you well enough to know you're lying, but I'm still on your side,
All right.
and I'm gonna offer the jerky to the dog.
The dog will sniff and happily take the jerky and like run and like climb underneath the couch and just settle down and start gnawing on it. As it does that, though, you do hear kind of like an alarm blaring in the distance and a communication that kind of broadcasts on all channels. You get like that, all hands hear this kind of sound. Not that one. But basically, it registers as attention all guests and personnel. We have a missing person situation. All guests, please return to your ships or rooms of residence. All personnel, please report to workstations for inspection. That is all.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look under the couch. Hey Zap, I normally wouldn't do this, but I think it'd be best if you stayed under the couch for a bit. I'll get you some water and a bit more to eat, but if you would stay under the couch until further notice, that'd be really helpful.
I think we might need a better hiding spot.
Can you think of something better than under the couch?
We got storage crates.
I am not
We
gonna
can
make
poke
him
air
sit-
holes.
Here,
I'm not gonna make him get into a storage crate.
Let's go back to the map of the hero's journey in full, so we can actually like see what all we could be working with here. Why
I'm gonna
can't-
be sitting on that couch the whole time with my cape blankie.
I'm going to have to rearrange where I keep these sheets because they're too far apart from each other now. All right, so here again is the interior of the hero's journey. So he is currently
so
hiding
lonely
under
back
the
there.
little. It's warm under the engine, like especially like under the engineering console.
Oh yeah.
But like Correos looks so lonely back there by like their self. You'll have a friend,
Mm-hmm.
please.
I was like gonna say, would they? I think they would probably drown in the Poseidon fluid, wouldn't they? They'd short out.
oh,
Yeah, but
If
they might be able to latch onto like the outside of the suit.
Sure.
Eat the
Potentially.
energy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Willow, as they're talking about hiding the dog, Willow looks to Kala and just goes, "Hey, Kala,
Yo,
if we're gonna be trying to keep the dog like the Warlock wanted and keep him out of sight of these folks who let us ride in their badass mecha, correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't putting them in a crate be like the first place that someone would look for stolen shit?
normally, yes.
So maybe the couch is the best bet. Keep them under the couch, or we can
There
keep
are
them.
other places.
I'm gonna say, how are the couches? How are the couches set up? Are they like bolted into a wall, or is there like?
No, they are actually to the deck plates. In fact, they are bolted to the deck plates pretty
Okay.
firmly. They could be
This-
like you could take them down and shift them around with some work, but I can't make a move on the map, so don't.
Right.
Also,
all right.
like this couch over here is the one that Val is always on, and she's like, "Hey, buddy, can you like Zap? Can you come onto this couch, please?"
He will like look like prick his ears up and like pick up his jerky and like have it dangling out of his mouth, kind of not entirely unlike a stogie, and and like hold on, get his control.
See, this couch right here is the one that Val always sleeps on, So she's got all of her personal junk around here. So she like makes space for him, makes a little tunnel, and closes it off. And it's just like, there you go, Corky hidden.
Willow looks at it from takes a step back and looks at it from the entry point and just sort of does the little thing with the hands where you're looking like it as like a photograph. Just goes, yeah, that actually looks pretty good. It's kind of hidden out of sight by the little islander there. That could work.
Let me look at my subclass real quick and see if I got that like make a hidey space feature yet. Because if I got that make a hidey space feature yet, I'm gonna actually use it.
I think.
Okay.
I don't think I have it, but like it's worth checking.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't Kala have that?
I'm a Deadeye sniper.
Oh.
Smuggler.
That's what I was thinking.
I literally didn't hear what you said. What?
Smuggler.
Oh, okay.
As in, we literally had an episode where I smuggled goods from our previous station.
Oh yeah, you know that whenever this shenanigans get lets up and you're let out of your ship again, y'all know that you can check in with one of the like faction rep terminals here. There's a place where everyone can check in and look for job postings and things.
Nice.
We're like 4th level, right?
Yeah, we're at 4th level. Out of character, that's kind of why Willow was asking Kala if she thought like a good place to hide, like the crates would have been like first place someone would look would be in a crate.
Okay, so are you all gonna like? Did you have that class feature that you were talking about to make a hidey hole, or is that?
I don't have hidey hole. Nope.
Okay.
Whatever that class feature is, it has now become known as hidey hole.
Okay, I will say this: y'all can make a group stealth check to try and create a hidey space that will be satisfactorily stealthy for the dog and also comfortable.
Would Kala's like background give any, or not background, but like feet or whatever smuggler thing is, give any sort of advantage on that?
I mean, you're already doing a group check, so we'll call it, super advantage.
All right.
I will roll my stealth check and try not to botch it this time, because let's face it, I have ruined so many stealth approaches.
21.
Okay.
24.
15.
Okay.
I keep rolling under Boom Squid's name. But let me pull up Boom Squid and now roll their stealth.
Roll the 9.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're just like, hang out on the ceiling. What's the big deal? I don't understand.
Like I can put a lot of sticky web if you want. People finds that gross. So
yeah, but it's also very conspicuous.
I just imagine there's Caxaw is just trying to push the corgi into the vents like an alien. They were like, no.
Nope. I rolled a 15 and Kareos rolled a 20.
Ooh, okay. So collectively, between all of your scores, you definitely are able to fabricate a very comfortable and quite invisible little hidey hole that is like a comfortable dog kennel size, like for the corgi, where they've got room to like move around and turn and things, like they're not all cramped up in it. But also, like, definitely to all appearances, just looks like an outcropping of like some system vents or like just the bulkhead itself.
Nice.
You can't even see the entrance from like head height because it comes up underneath the couch itself. So like in order to be able to see where they would go in, you already have to be at like floor eye level. So
nice.
Yeah,
we've
y'all managed to
successfully
come up
hidden
with
a dog under my
doghouse.
bed.
Yes, you have stealth doghouse now.
This is all I ever wanted.
It is at this point that Kala, you'll get another ping from the comms from the station command, and they are going to officially request your crew's presence in the operations wing. It's a pretty direct route. You just exit your ship and head stage left again. We're going to take a 10-minute recess right now, and we'll be back here in a moment.
Okay.
All right.
And we're back. Okay. So, yes, you have been contacted again by station control saying that your warlock is missing, and that there's. Hang on.
Comfy.
No, I'm just waiting for her to sit down.
Headphones.
Oh shit, sorry.
No.
Yo, give me a second, sorry. Didn't know we were back. I'm sorry that you're probably gonna have to cut that, babe. I didn't know we were back from break.
No, that's okay. So yeah, as we were just saying, is we y'all had basically been hanging out for an hour and a half. Y'all made the corgi hat hidden very well, and then you received a communication from station control saying your warlock still hadn't shown up at the rendezvous point, and they are now requesting that your entire crew meet with the command deck officers in.
I think you muted
You
yourself,
muted
babe.
yourself.
Muted yourself.
2 credits. I don't have my credit card on me right now. I'm at work. Why?
Who doesn't carry their credit card at work?
Oh, what do you need?
I mean, he's the station
getting-
security boss. If they don't know him and say like, "Okay, I got you," like, what the fuck even is the point of the job?
Look, we're gonna have to look for her in the slums. I feel like the best, if cameras can't catch her, people are gonna catch her, and people in the slums, from my personal experience, they tend to mind their own business unless you pay to open that information right up.
Well, I can take care of that.
Oh, you're talking about you want some bribe money. You want to go bribe some people down in this in.
Yes, I will spell it out in both common or code, which language you want. I'll spell it right out for you. I'm thinking we should bribe people.
Will just chuckles, just goes, Val, I still have some use for that.
You sure?
Above character, I have 518 creds.
Jesus Christ, I have
I didn't spend a lot of money.
I have 50 silver.
I have
I have
still
50 cents in my
200
pocket.
I still have 200 creds. Like, we got money.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I did not spend that
Only
much.
200.
I don't say this in
I
character.
spent a bunch of stuff on tool kits and shit.
I'm still insistently asking for the 2 credits with the guy to bribe with.
Willow just puts a hand over Val's shoulder. She goes, "Hun, I got it covered. We don't need to ask the nice security guy for money to bribe folks with. We got this."
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's like if yeah, I'll give you credits when you finish your job. So
Oh, okay, that's fine.
hop
Not
to
all of
it.
us blew all of our money.
Look, I'm sorry. It was just really cool. I had to get it. And she's like, just lifts her arm.
Okay.
It's very shiny.
All right. So where does everyone want to go?
Time to go to what did you say it was? What did you say it was? Chaotic evil?
Okay, so we're traveling from. You're starting from lawful good right now. If you're looking at the, and it's basically like the distortion traveled from like lawful neutral all the way down around the side to chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil.
Yeah, in the container town, the slums, as it were.
And did we see what time the footage was taken?
The timestamp, it was relative to your arrival. The first distortion happened at 5 minutes past, which is about how long it took for the Red Warlock to explain her case and like beg you guys to take it, and then like darted off the ship at that point. And then the next distortions were basically within 30 seconds or so after that. If it can be understood that this is expected to be her like disguising herself, she was making pretty good time moving throughout these areas, covering a lot of ground fairly quickly.
Right.
Do we have a picture of her?
Just the one that came with the manifest, and let me.
Val's gonna grab a copy of that picture.
Y'all are gonna laugh because I'm putting up the token that I made for her. I'm putting it in the Discord here.
Completely separate idea. So
Mhm.
let me know if you get the.
Go ahead.
Kala basically doesn't give much of a shit, so they're gonna head directly to the best place we can pick up
Nice.
and
Fine.
may ask some question.
Okay, fun stuff. All right, so you will be heading south to Merctro.
Like, I have a little, like, just download that picture and just, like, hollow fit it in my hand. Okay, good.
Will looks at that and then just looks and goes, Val, and just points to her eye.
Oh, and I just, like, cut my eye back on because I've not been recording any of this.
There you go.
Like, I just turn it back on, just, like, glows, does the startup green and then goes back to normal yellow.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So real quick, then I'm going to bring Kala down. Where is the player tag?
Look. This is a voluntary upload, okay? Also, like, I had a malfunction, okay? Look. All of this was optional that I did, but, like, this actually, I did get my eye shot out.
You didn't have.
Alright.
Didn't have to.
I know, but I get a bonus for doing so.
All right.
Also, it makes them trust me after all the pranks you and I've been.
Oh no. All right. So yeah, my keyboard is starting to do funny shit now.
Oh,
All right, Kala, you should be able to see your token now.
I do.
Okay. So this is having gone south from the ops offices. You are currently in the primary entryway of the athletics area. You can see there's some treadmills to your left. There's a boxing trainer droid to your immediate right. Several shape-shifting standing free weights are kind of like floating off to the sides. Those little green cubes here.
Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose?
Well, they are able to change shape to make it more comfortable depending on your anatomy, right?
No,
So-
they're floating.
Well, they have variable mass. You understand? They're enchanted like that.
Just
Anyway.
shit.
Right. So there's access through to the rest of the venue here in the door past the free weights. There is a steam room here. What's your passive?
Perception. It's 10 plus, right?
Well, do you have the proficiency bonus for it?
Yes.
Okay, then it's 10 plus proficiency plus your whiz bonus.
Passive.
Then yes, you definitely know. Then notice that there is a kind of a streak of blood running from the free weights over in here to this doorway on the ground. It does not appear to be extremely fresh.
Not extremely, but relative.
Well, you'd have to investigate more closely. You just noticed it.
Trying to decide if I should take the DM's hint, go over here if I want to go with what I was originally.
You do you.
Ignore it entirely, and then everybody asking questions like, yeah, there was some blood, but I wasn't really interested.
I mean, I'm not looking for blood. I'm looking for a warlock. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta stay in character. I don't give too much of a shit. I'll note it, but
Okay.
move on to look for a...
You'll probably note if you did you take any kind of active like perception of it, or did you just happen to glance out the side of your eye and just be like, oh hey, there's a thing.
Well, it's passive perception.
Okay, so you
I'm
didn't
assuming
like
it was more
try
along
and do
the
any
lines of,
investigation
oh,
of
there's
it.
blood inside of a training area.
So you didn't even decide to investigate. You're just like, oh, there it was, and then you walk on. Okay.
Yeah, just a note.
Okay. So as this door opens here, you see standing on the other side of it a peahen-headed Aviara in yoga tights with like like ace bandage, like ankle wraps on her wrists and elbows, or ankles. Sorry, wrists and ankles.
Fighting
Yeah, so like she looks startled and kind of surprised to see somebody in here, but she recovers pretty quickly and she greets you. It's like, hey, welcome to the gym. I run the place here. Can we help you with anything? She's fairly bouncy and bubbly in that kind of like West Coast yoga teacher, spin instructor kind of way.
Hesitant to draw my gun. No, unless you've seen what were they? A gnome?
Yeah, they were a little gnome.
I've seen a gnome run through here.
I mean, we see all kinds come through here. Could you be a bit more specific?
Had a case handcuffed to her.
No, but if you're looking for handcuffs, you might try the slots down in Neutral Evil.
That's not the point I was going.
Okay, well, if you change your mind about needing any help, just let me know. And she kind of like flitters off past you and heads up to like, hang on, I cannot move.
I think I'd like to roll an insight. I think she might be hiding something.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not precise. Well, that didn't matter. Dirty 20.
Oh my. Yeah, you get the feeling like she's definitely like a little nervous about something. Like I don't know, there's something that's got her a little off kilter. Do you do any other kind of like investigation or like perception or anything with her? Just your insight, because like she's definitely got something she's not telling, but it is not immediately clear what that something may be.
Do I have any inclination as to what they're trying to hide is anything that I'm trying to find?
I mean, there's really no telling based on just what you've received so far. You just know that there's something that she's not saying.
Did I notice any blood on any part of her? On the bandages? On the...
Make me an active perception check or investigation.
Investigate. Yeah, I'm gonna go for...
Yeah, okay.
So that would be a 22.
Okay, yeah. So you notice upon a little further and closer active inspection that she's kind of favoring one leg, and you do smell a slight tang in the air that suggests perhaps blood.
All right.
Like she's trying to walk on her heel to hide it, but you can tell that she's done something to one of her ankles. It's kind of like not 100%.
Okay, then yeah, I would effectively call out to her and just ask, is the blood on the floor back there yours?
Oh yeah, just I got really careless and I dropped one of those free weights on my leg. Just an accident. And she seems embarrassed, but given your perception check of just recently like looking at her, she seems genuine enough. Just a little put out that she would do something so silly.
That would make sense if it didn't look like the blood was, in a drag pack.
Yeah, no, I was trying to go clean it off my leg in the steam shower and I forgot to mop it up yet. I'm getting to that now.
Need any help?
I mean, if you want to, I'm okay. I can walk fine. She like kind of bounces up and her down on her leg, like to show you.
Big Among Us sus vibe here. I will follow her to see if this is true or not.
Okay. So yeah, like she actually does, in fact, like walk over here, and pull out a little device that turns out to be like the Dustbuster equivalent of a prestidigitation caster. So it looks like a little handheld vacuum, and she points it at the bloodstain, and she casts Presto. And like at about 2 castings worth, it just disappears. And as she's approaching here, and as you're approaching, you can see like the door opens up here, and in fact, there is a steam shower in this room.
But is there any body or blood?
No, it's clean as a whistle in here.
I still BS vibes here.
Was there anything else? Did you want to perhaps check out one of our machines? There's some nice hollow ball back behind us there.
I got nothing else to go on. No, I needed to find the gnome.
Okay, well, good luck.
Start my way back out.
Okay. The exit to it's like from the front, the other front of the gymnasium area is like through here.
So I don't notice anything else on my way over.
No, everything else is nice and quiet. There's this like a couple of vending machines here on the left-hand side with a nice little selection of fresh and exotic juices and energy recovery drinks and like minor potions of healing, that kind of thing. Okay, so you enter into a riot of light and noise that can only be described as Merktown. So it's a lot of it though is like automated ads, right? So it's for people like looking to place jobs. It's like hawkers and criers for the various Merc companies. It's like, if you need them dead bad, call us. We'll get the job done. That kind of shit, right? So there is, there's a DD&D office. There is a coalition branch department here. There's a Grax's guys spot. There's also a magic item and adventuring supply shop in the left side, but there's currently a warning going off on the overhead announcement saying that the store is closed due to a quote hell portal outbreak. So that area is to be avoided right now.
That sounds exactly like where I want to go right now.
Okay. We're gonna cut back though, so like just yeah. I'll let you see stop at the front door of the shop, and we'll go back to the rest of the team here for a minute.
It's too much spotlight for me.
That's fine. No, it was good. So y'all are gonna travel. You said you're gonna end up where at Docktown or at the container slums?
Yeah, I think that's where we're heading.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So are you guys coming from the Barbaretum? That's the wrong one.
That's the same loop, right?
Hang on a minute. I gotta. So the Barbaretum was like on like neutral evil, like on the right mode, and then let's see. Yes. Okay. All right. So let me bring you in. 1, 2, and Caxaws, Dr. Smites, and 4. Okay. Take it away.
All right. So this is.
Yeah. So real quick about this place. This section of town it's slummy. Like there's no other way to say it. It's a lot of like container housing and like trash kind of strewn everywhere and ramshackle sheds and shit made up. It's a little bit Ready Player One, the stacks, and a little bit like Fallout, right? Just in terms of like the construction and technology level around here. There is a major, like a big bright, like rotating, almost like a PA announcer, with like a hollow display, kind of in the lower right section of town. You can see that like kind of like across the way, and it's like pretty much at the head of the market line, where like they have the street market down below. But right now, you guys are in like the more residential side of the slums, where people start like trying to make a place to live.
Well, just sort of listening to this service seems a little just. I don't know, just sort of resigned sort of to look at it. The more advanced we get, the further we leave people behind, sort of size. So we gotta try and find our missing little friend.
I suppose, yep. That's what we're here for.
So, could I do anything to try and figure out where's the best place to just ask around, look and see if we can hear it?
So, okay, which way do you decide to explore first?
If we can see like the market.
Okay, so are you able to control your token?
Yeah, I can do
Okay.
it. Move around.
All right. So heading that way first. Willow, you see there's like a. Okay, I'll let
Which way
you
are we
go
going?
ahead.
Which way are we going?
Well, I'm leaving that up to you, but I have to describe kind of where you're going and what you're seeing as you go.
Okay.
So like this area right here, it's kind of built up. There's a large collection of garbage piles. Like the one to your right, yeah. The one to your right, kind of like hums and whirs and sounds like maybe there might be some like running systems inside of it. The one to your left, it's kind of see-through in the middle, and you can see it looks like somebody tried to build like a little pallet there out of cardboard. It's got kind of like walls on 3 sides, but no top, which is fine because it doesn't rain here.
Right.
You can see that these here are a couple of like stack containers that have been converted into like small living spaces. It's like there's steel and power doors and things, and they'll work well enough in a pinch, but they're not great.
They're not meant to be homes.
You do notice kind of a little curiosity. You notice this sort of funny looking. I'm going to make him really big so everybody can see what he looks like. This kind of funny looking burnout. He's like, he looks human, but not quite. He's got a very serious pallor about him. Kind of greasy, stringy hair. He's got some kind of a substance abuse device hanging out of his mouth. And he's like, "Hey, man, do you want to get
Immediately
small?
trust him.
They say.
Do you want to get
what?
small?
It's small.
Come on, man. Yeah, man. Let's get small. It's the best.
Why?
But I know what he's talking about.
Because you're small, man. I mean,
Like, would I know what he's
He's
talking
either-
about?
he's either completely gone on some other kind of psychosis-inducing drug, or he literally means he wants to be small. It's hard to tell from context at this point.
I'm
right? He
gonna
hasn't really given
deadass
you any
ask him
indication.
what he means by get small.
I mean, you get small, man. You know, you do the thing, and then suddenly you're small, and you can walk into shit, and then you. But
My
like,
friend, I'm going
stuck,
to need
'cause,
you to
like, when
genuinely
you're,
explain what you mean. Don't just say you get small.
I
What do you
mean,
mean?
What do you do
I
to
ain't
get
from
small?
around here. I'm not from around here, my man.
oh, God, a bunch of fucking icosahedrons, man. Here, like this, and he like taps himself on the head with the end of his little cigarette stick thing, and he casts reduce, and he literally becomes small, and he like
God.
climbs inside the crate that he was sitting on. He's like, "Like this, man, it's awesome. I've got a fucking house now."
This is pointless.
That's
this
certainly
is-
something.
He's not gonna have the answers.
Do I need to roll if this awakens anything in Pal?
No.
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 Why would you want to be small? Anyone
Would-
can stomp on you like a little mammal.
Have
I think
you
it's
tried
why.
being
I think
small?
he's got a like macro thing.
You just gotta
Well, you
watch
can just
out
only
about getting
put-
stuck, man. It's like
Would-
it wears off, and then like suddenly you're big in small space, and it's just not cool.
Would Willow know if magic can be addictive at all like this?
You can roll a medicine check, but like,
I-
you're not gonna get advantage because this guy's definitely not like playing with a full deck.
Right.
So there might be some abnormal psychology at work here.
So Willow, what are you thinking? I whispered to her.
Willow just thinks 11. Yeah, she has no idea. She's like, I'm thinking we should let this man enjoy his world. It's a small one after all.
I love it.
You know,
Alright.
I'm not gonna roll this medicine check unless Willow asks me to.
You're lost, man. And he's gonna like scamper off at like a size smaller and like run into a little ventilation grate in the wall here, and like you can hear footsteps in the wall.
Actually, wait, that might be useful. Friend.
I think he's gone by now.
Probably.
Willow just says. She goes, and as she turns this everybody away, just keep going. She goes, if he's not gone, a rat's gonna be a problem. This place has rats.
Let's get
Yeah,
some use
when-
out of him before a rat does eat him.
When small humanoids move this fast, it
Then
gets
then
really
she has
great.
then Willow has just like a brief flashback to the last Mo station that they were on. And remembers the Wizmos and just like, if that's the worst thing they have here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good point. Let's just go.
So let's keep going towards the market.
Okay. So here is like the head of the market area. There was a guy right here. I don't know where he's gone off to. Hang on. Come here, guy. I'm not sure what he was doing in the vegetable section, but now here he is with his pairs of socks. Now this guy is literally just like a simple like clothing guy. Like he looks like the kind of a vendor that just sells like knockoff name brand products off the back of a truck, right?
Like the guys that sell those T-shirts that say random stuff on it.
Sure. Yeah. Kind of like that. That's essentially what this guy's shtick is he just has a lot of like off-label name brand clothing, right?
Right.
He's kind of a shady
He
character.
sells fake Yeezys.
Yeah, but he also doesn't give you the impression of anybody who pays attention to or has seen anything of interest. He looks like he basically keeps his mind on his work, and everything else is just like.
Right.
So yeah, honestly, that's basically everyone else in the coalition.
Well, yeah. Any conversation.
Besides
with him-
us.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Besides, oh yeah. Okay, so are you going to move further in?
Might as well. He doesn't look like he'll be any sort of help, so I'm just gonna keep moving.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
What
though.
is the thing we passed by at the little display drone or whatever it is say on it?
This right here.
The big.
Well, right now it's showing like general guest curfew, and so like you can see everyone here is like kind of packing up and starting to get ready to shut down the market, and like go back to their homes.
Right.
You can see there's a couple of bar patrons here that are not entirely in a hurry to obey their request, but they're finishing up their drinks here and just like kind of like looking around and wondering what the hell is going on now. Like what crazy disturbance? What fresh hell is this?
Right.
You can see there's this one guy here, a rather unkempt and oilerific. He's actually in fact an ogre as it happens. Just to give you an idea of what like his appearance is. He appears to be running a little secondhand electronics store, not in the greatest quality, like definitely some used goods, but also you can see. Everyone make me a perception check since you're like all scouting out the shopping center here.
That's a 9 for Willow.
9.
An 8 for Kratos.
22 for Valerie.
Nice.
Ooh-wee. Okay.
So whatever it is, my eyes go right to it.
Yeah. All right. So you happen to notice standing where you're at, like kind of sandwiched in between two containers, you spot something like a flash of red in the dark off to the side, like on the opposite side of the advertisement bit.
Do I spot it long enough to use my bounty hunter ability?
Which states what?
That it's basically Hunter's Mark with no additional damage. I mark a target I can see.
This is not
And
a
I get
target. This does not register as a life form. This is a splash of something red.
Okay, let's actually read the feed. Mark
it's
a
for
creature.
creatures.
Yeah, it's a creature. Yeah, unless it's a creature, then no, I can't. Never mind.
Okay, well, you notice this thing anyway, like kind of just barely out of the corner of your eye, as you're kind of observing this guy's shutting down his station here.
I'm just gonna dive right in after that. Like social graces be damned. I'm just gonna dive right after it, even if it means I have to dive over this guy's bar.
Oh no, you're not even going over this guy. You're going like sidelong to it, but you would be
Okay.
going over Willow and Caxhaws both to get to it.
And Willow as
They know I love them. It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
as Val heads off, Willow just puts the taps in
I'm
the
gonna-
comm and just goes, remember to just call if you find anything or you need anything.
Wait, what? So I'm a little preoccupied. I'm learning how to do a thing.
Willow just tapped the comm as Val walked off and was like, just remember to call if you find anything or you need any help.
Will do. Thank you.
Right.
So
No,
like,
Val-
I am after this thing like white on rice.
Yeah, so the ogre takes note of your sudden departure from the front of his shop, and like his eyes are tracking you with mild concern, widening to alarm. So like if you had your eyes pointing in his direction at all, his face is totally telling on him right now.
Like I did look back to see his response, just like because I keep my head on a swivel. I look at him just like this doesn't concern you. Just I actually say like, don't worry, this doesn't concern you. We're good. And I'm just like sprinting.
Yeah,
Well,
and he like gets his head down and like busies himself about hurrying up and shutting this stall down even faster.
Willow just sighs and goes, I apologize for her. She's a little energetic.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we're kind of new to the station. Is there any place we could talk to somebody, like anybody who like is in charge down here? Is there anybody like you have a
Someone in
boss?
charge down here? Are you kidding? Down among the forgotten?
Willow just smirks. buddy.
I tap into my comm. Ask for a broker.
Really just smirks. There's always somebody everybody looks up to.
Look, you want to get a job or something, you go down to Merck's Road. Down here, it's just the locals. Spacers ain't got no business down here.
Fair enough. Do I see anybody who looks like they might be someone, the community down here looks like they might sort of just, I don't know, look to? I mean, I know he said what he said, but...
Go ahead and make an investigation check just for your conversing with the rest of the population of the market while they're shutting down.
Alright.
And just see what kind of information you can glean from them. Meanwhile, I need you, Valerie, to make me another investigation check about that thing you found.
It's a 16 for Willow.
Okay.
Looking up 1d20 plus 4. I got a fucking 7, so I'm just gonna like turn back around, chasing nothing, and just run right into Willow.
Yeah, no, it's like you find this
Willow.
you find a massive red puddle. You have no idea what it is. It could be the Kool-Aid Man for all you have. It's big and red and goopy and gross, and you don't know what the hell it is.
I feel like if it is blood, as a surgeon, I've been around enough blood that doesn't apply. I'm assuming this is not blood because you would, yeah.
Well, it's dark back here in this like little cramped space between two containers, almost pressed up against each other.
I put my mechanical fingers into it, bring it up to my nose to see if I can identify it with like the iron.
Medicine check.
Medicine check. All right, cool. Can you pick me up +5?
I was honestly expecting medicine check and
Wow! God damn it! It's a 1.
I'll give you advantage due to your background.
Thank you so much. That's a 17. That's marginally better.
It's definitely gore of some kind, but there's something else on top of the smell of like blood and meat. There's something else. There's some other quality to this. It's definitely some kind of a living thing, or it used to be. But right now it appears to be chunky salsa.
Okay, well, I'm gonna follow the trail of chunky salsa.
There's not so much of a trail as just a big puddle of it. Like literally, like if you want to try and like squeeze through here and get to the other side, you'll find it's basically like a 10-foot on a side puddle of gore. There's small chunks. There's nothing really big. No major skeletal fragments to be found here. It's pretty goopy.
Does this look like someone who was hit by a spell that's just like debone and turn inside out? Like a little person?
You could make an Arcana check if you thought it was spell-related damage.
I would love to make an Arcana check because I've got a +2 to intelligence and that's it. I got a 10.
You think that definitely magic could have done this, but then again, so could a missile launcher, but you're not really sure. You think it's at least worth some closer investigating. Perhaps you might want to bring in another opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna like... Faye was literally just typing that to me. I get into my comms, just like, hey Willow, you know how you said call me if I found something interesting?
Did I find anything while it was going on?
I found something interesting.
Did I? Gosh, am I still muted?
Definitely just the right time.
Did I find anything while I was, gone with that 16?
Oh right. So you don't really you learn that there's not really any kind of a hierarchy or a power structure down here.
Right.
It really is pretty much everyone fend for themselves. You do find out, however, that the rather gruff and unlikable ogre fellow Mustard that you were talking to, so named because of the shade of his, like that yellow brown of his skin. Mm-hmm. He is known as a fence, like a stolen goods vendor. He's also known as a bit of a creeper. Very like, I mean, there's really no other way to put it. He's very much an incel. Like, yeah, like one of those types.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no, he likes to catcall at pretty females that walk past his stall, and like, I think somebody said here he was said to have a crush on one of the girls at one of the food stalls, but it wasn't reciprocated, and he called her a bitch, and yeah, so there's been some drama in the food court about this.
God, now I don't even want to deal with him.
Ugh. Well, it just sort of sneers. And
on the other hand, there's a lovely orc greengrocer on the end here named Sprout, who is a delight to work with. They don't have anything more interesting than exotic vegetables, but they're at least nice and companionable and easy to talk to.
That's good, at least. Yeah. I'm guessing at that point I would have heard the summon. I'm like, all right, I'll be right there, Val.
All right, thanks, love.
And,
All right.
And then I'm just like instantly turn off my comm and like, oh shit, did I just call her love? Fuck.
All right, so yeah, while you're having this embarrassing moment, you'll see like Mustard will finish closing up his stall and like pull down the flap and like book it out the side and like shove past you almost, Karis or Caxos, like
I'll
on.
follow.
Okay. Oh
Sneaky. I don't like this guy.
shit. Hold on, my keyboard is definitely doing some strange shenanigans, so I have to
no.
stop. I can't use my arrow keys. I've got to use my trackpad for everything. Okay, so yeah, he skedaddles.
Oh,
And like you see him like turn the corner here, like going here, and like you see him disappear behind a piece of sheet metal in this like construction right here, and like it closes like flush. Like if you hadn't seen it happen just at the at the last second, you wouldn't have known that there was a door even there.
can I find it?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm not very smart. 14.
Okay. You do find like it almost misses it, but like thankfully the sheet metal is like a good starting point for your claws, and you do find like a little seam catch where there's like a latch that lets you open it. So you see you've discovered the way to open the door. Do you open it?
Yes, I will smell a little bit. Does it smell illegal?
Does it smell illegal? Make
What
a
is
perception
that?
check for me.
Okay.
Smell like marijuana.
Well, does it smell like margarine iguanas?
Perception, you said? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It smells marginally like an iguana.
12.
Okay. It smells like body odor and failure.
Jesus Christ, you didn't have to call out high school me like that.
Oh, bless. It smells like body odor and failure with a hint of cheese-flavored extruded corn product.
Okay, I'll open it and check it out.
Okay, so roll the initiative.
Okay, good. 19.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Well, it's a good thing for you. He's not very dexterous because he got an 18. But you do find yourself face to blaster with Mustard sitting in basically what amounts to like a big computer chair.
No.
And he's got himself a little repeater that he's holding out and kind of like it's pointing it at you, like kind of frantic looking. His eyes are crazed. What are you doing in here? Get out!
How does the room look like?
Gross. It's obviously made of garbage. There are open crate containers, like shipping containers, full of like basically junk food, right? So there's like large quantities of like high energy sugar sodas and lots of puffed snacks and things. Of note, however, in the wall behind him is what looks like a giant wall of crazy. There are pictures upon pictures upon pictures of like, there's no other way to say it, basically females from all over the station, right? So he apparently has been running some kind of covert surveillance or security cam hack job and has been peeping on people. So there are a lot of pictures in here, but one in particular shows a picture of a small gnome that's been getting a lot of attention, like a small female gnome.
Congrats, Cax, you caught a stalker.
How far is?
I mean, you're literally like 5 feet away from this cat right now. It's like you're
Okay, I'll smite it.
okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
This man is dead.
On behalf of women everywhere, thank you.
I hope
Agreed.
it doesn't die on the first hit though, but it may. 26 to hit.
I don't
Yeah,
think anyone's
yeah.
gonna complain.
Good lord.
I mean, that's just to hit.
Yeah, no,
Still
I
die.
know. But you definitely got all that one.
So, I spell slot, customize. It's 2d8, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So 19 damage.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well, he drops. Like he slumps to the floor, just like his head lolls badly to one side, and it's definitely bleeding from his temple. The repeater falls to the ground useless. He never even got a shot off. You now have like close to 400 pounds of unconscious ogre sitting slumped in a chair here in this den of ugliness and failure.
Oh
I think
no!
I think I speak for everyone when I say, and nothing of value was lost.
I was gonna say
concur.
Yeah.
you will learn to treat women with respect, but I forgot
can't
to
hear
say
you.
it before. Yeah, I forgot to say it before smiting it. Now
said
the lesson is lost. I will
You
have
said
to eat
19
it.
damage, right?
19, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not even making death saves. He's gone now.
I would like to report that Caxos has been very thoroughly drinking his respect woman juice.
Yeah, so you smote him so hard, you kicked the soul out, like, both feet first. Like, it's gone. He suffered massive damage and died instantly.
It's like those cartoons where someone whacks someone over the head and they just bore straight down into hell.
Pretty much, yeah. He took the express train.
I will.
You didn't take it, he was giving it.
Toot toot, Dr. Smites.
Yeah. Well, I will grab the pictures with the gnome woman
Uh-huh.
and leave. I mean, I don't know. Someone will smell that someday. And do something about it.
It's worth noting you do observe on your way out the door that there's like a second, like a moving door panel that was built around this little nest of ugliness here.
Oh, secret door.
Yeah, so like there's a container here that like has an access. Yeah, so there's a secret door inside of a secret door. It's a simulation inside a simulation.
I'm a really sneaky investigator. I should check it out.
Yeah, you should.
I will.
I do this right and I don't do it tight enough that my hand hurts.
Just do it tight enough that all your circulations go and your hand can.
Babe, no! I need to do this for extended periods of time. And also bludgeon the shit out of my hands.
Okay, so are you going to make an investigation or are you just going to like check it out and go in there?
I will just open it.
Okay. So when you open it, like it's completely pitch black in there, but like the smell of old death and like something bad happened in this room a while ago. The air is like stale and still and has not been used. And there's no light inside, but whatever is spilling out from around you in the doorway illuminates. There's patches of blood on the floor and scrawled on the walls, and it's like dry. It's like been there for a while, kind of dry.
Is there?
Does Cax have a comm link?
No, Cax is tech phobic, by the way.
Oh, we had to have Dr. Quencher show him how to use the thing in the in-car temple. Remember?
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember if I have it on me or I throw it away or give it to someone.
I feel like
believe
you tried to give it
because
to him.
we're mostly columnists.
Yeah, right. But
Yeah, that worked out.
is there any kind of light in the previous room to illuminate this room fully?
I mean, only what's shining off of his computer screens. It's fairly dark in here too.
I
Cavernous.
will, because I'm like that. I will try to grab one of the computer screens and aim it at the. I know it will probably won't work, but I will try it.
God, I love Caxos.
I mean, just for a hot second until you yank the plug out of the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't have it on a swivel screen?
Well, he ripped it off the mount. You understand?
Yeah, no, the worst kind of way. Absolutely.
Cax is just out here to like fuck up machinery, and I respect that so much.
Okay, so pictures in hand, I will go with the rest and kind of explain the situation.
Okay. So you're gonna rejoin the others and be like, "Hey, I found shit, and I shot a guy." Or
Yeah, I mean,
smote a
this
dude?
is the gnome we're looking for. The ogre guy's stalker was. And I found a room that probably someone with better understanding of
Okay.
investigation.
All right. So coming back now to Valerie and Willow and the puddle of goo. Now you two have both had a look at this. What is your professional opinion as a murdery person and as a doctor?
Would I be able to like discern anything from it as, like you said, as a murdery person?
Well, you can make an investigation on this puddle of goo.
Patient is certainly dead.
Nah,
Yeah.
can't hurt.
It was suspected that arcane damage could have been a source of all this trauma.
Soft 20.
Soft 20, all right.
Mhm.
You definitely note some of the hallmarks of like magical damage. Some of this looks like force pulverization. But curiously, you also know some scorching reminiscent of fire damage. But it's just a lot of evocation energy happened to this person all at once.
Are you sure it wasn't just a straight up bomb? I just jumped the gun on magic. Do you think we should call like our splitty boy?
Well, it is a little bit in line with explodies, so yeah, sure, why not?
I was like,
I don't know
Yeah.
I don't know if the Nautilus suit can fit back there, but you're welcome to take a look through the gap.
Specialist, you're up.
There's, yeah, just get them to slide out of the way so I can at least like look through the gap.
No, I
Sure.
literally just like pass you an aux cord from like the back of my neck, and you plug it into your suit so you can see through my
Oh
eye.
Jesus, I love it. That's so funky.
Perfect.
I'm just, and now
I'm
you
just
just have
giving-
remote control of my
I'm just
whole
giving
fucking
you
eye.
instructions
bowel's
for how
eye
to
view?
move
Okay.
around.
No, you have a remote
No,
control.
I'm telling you how to move around so I can get
Oh boy. All right.
And, like my eye protrudes. You have like
This
360.
is literally what's going on. Is literally what's happening in this actual scene.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
We're gonna wrap here, but I will say, I'll let you go ahead and get your last investigation check off before we do that.
Shit.
21.
I spoke to the HDI.
Went and muted myself again by accident. Right. So this does not look like explosive damage in the way that you understand pyrotechnics. This doesn't look like it was done by a bomb, but it definitely has undergone a lot of like kinetic, like force style damage, and perhaps a lot of fire style magic damage. And there looks like there may actually be traces of a third type of damage here. Also, you can tell based on just the amount of goo that there is, this was probably a small-sized person before it was a puddle.
Shit.
Okay, so somebody killed this person with great prejudice and with magic.
Magical prejudice. Oh no. Also,
Okay.
can I have the aux cord back? This feels really weird every time we do this.
All right, so
At this point,
stop here for the night, okay? But go ahead and say what you want to say, Willow.
as I say, I'm guessing at this point is when we turn around and see Cax come back covered in blood with photos of our quarry in hand.
Love it.
All right, so good game, everybody. Well played tonight. I'm hoping I was able to balance the action and splitting teams pretty effectively.
I think so.
I will
Great.
call it here for the recording, unless anybody wants to do any plugs.
I'll just, if you don't mind my usual ones.
Go ahead.
Every Wednesday, check out Free the Freak on Twitch.twitch/Free the Freak. We broadcast a D&D live play D&D game every Wednesday. I'm pretty sure she broadcasts some other stuff too, but I'm only part of the Wednesday one, so the Wednesday one's the only thing that really matters.
Hey.
Okay, sorry. She probably does, like, I haven't watched it, but like she probably does put a whole bunch of really good stuff because I know her and know she like plays really good cool games. Also Retroverse, what dates are the Retroverse games, everybody?
Oh yeah, so we're doing the major crossover event tomorrow night. It'll be, I think, 7:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern?
Yes.
7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, right. Okay, so yeah, that'll be tomorrow, and it's going to be bonkers. The layout is going to be hellaciously busy because there'll be like a dozen people there. Check it out. It's the culmination of a massive year-long story arc and 2 teams, so many parts.
This is like Infinity War, but D&D, is it not?
It really is our kind of our end game, almost.
Infin-
Except it's
in-
not at the end of the campaign, hopefully.
You're in the end game now, oh geez.
Infinity War meets D&D meets the 90s cartoons.
Word.
Yeah.
Which is basically what Infinity War should have been.
Luis,
I'm fine.
you're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Luisa Badias on Twitter for some really awesome art. Plug that
Yes.
Twitter, dude, please. It's great.
Yeah, he does all the character art for our campaign here. There, it's amazing. He does also some great weapons designs and a lot of horny animals, like furry stuff. So check him
A
out.
lot of it.
A lot of it.
By the way, Luis, like that most recent art you did of that patron has ended up in 2 different servers I'm on right now, posted by other people, and I'm just like, okay, hi.
Which one?
The giant
the
robot
patron lady
the one he says when
chained
you
up.
order an Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Also-
I'd
Yeah.
like to teach me the old Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that was inspired.
Also, if you want to see more Caxlog's esque shenanigans, and I would say check out Scotty Hood on Twitch on Wednesdays for the Mists of Kren's Valley game where US is playing a Corvum.
I'm playing it's basically a magpie
Magpies.
engineer, yeah. But yeah, it's
Oh my
a
God, I
very different
love that.
character.
And Sage is playing. What was your character again, Sage?
Being rogue.
They're playing a hybrid of Curse of Strahd and Humblewood.
Humblewood. Yeah.
Humble of Strahd.
It's
So it's
delightful and
cute.
terrifying.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
cute but very, very sad.
Absolutely,
Humblewood.
absolutely perfect for spooky month.
Also, I believe on Scotty's channel is another Dark Matter game, the Mystery of the Silver Fleet, which I think you're also in, Sage.
That is correct.
Yes, so that is also something to be checking out. Anyway, we're going to call it here for the night. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Wait, nobody can see me. I don't know why.
Dark Matter is copyright Mage Hand Press. Check them out at mfov.magehandpress.com. Sound effects by Sirenscape Online, the premier solution for your virtual tabletop RPG sound effects needs. $22 every other month gets you access to Sirenscape's library of hundreds of curated music and sound effect packages. From swords to spells to starships, if you need sound, you need Sirenscape Online. Check them out at sirenscape.com. Zap the Laser Corgi and Snickle Socks if he appeared today, appear courtesy of the Retroverse. Check them out at lasersandliches.com. Radical.